What is up, all my geekers and geekies? Welcome to the Geekish Gamer Show, and I am your friendly neighborhood, the Geekish Gamer. And speaking of neighborhoods, let's talk about our friendly neighborhood, Spider-Man, today. Today we're going to be talking about the costume, his acting and relationships, the new Spider-Man, and the Nerd vs. Nerd. And to talk about that with me today, I'm doing a collaboration with Masterofblades23. How are you doing, Master of Blades?
I'm doing good.
All right, so today we're going to be just talking about the overall Spider-Man and the MCU. We should have done this video last time, but we didn't get to do it due to the reasonable fact that it was terrible audio, terrible quality, and terrible everything. Just like one movie I saw today, which was Batman vs. Superman.
I mean, we could have made money off of that. I mean, what money could they make off of Batman v Superman?
Well, apparently it's so good right now, it's made $420 million, which makes no sense, probably because everybody doesn't even know that Batman vs. Superman is bad. I think they're just watching it to watch it. There's nothing out good right now, so they're like, what the? So I just go watch it anyway.
But they could always watch 50 Shades of Grey. I hear that's better.
Yeah, I heard, sex and beating people with whips is way better than watching a man in Speedos fight a big brawn man. Anyway, so we're going to be talking about Spider-Man and the MCU, as I said before. And just if you don't know what the MCU is, the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And the Marvel Cinematic Universe has to do a lot with Spider-Man. So Spider-Man is a really common character that you come across by. There's been 2 reboots of him so far as Spider-Man. There's been 2 reboots of him, Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield. So let's talk about this person. Tobey Maguire versus Andrew Garfield. Who do you think is the better Spider-Man, Master Blades?
Andrew Garfield, without a doubt.
Why?
Well, he seems more natural as the Spidey, as Peter Parker. As a nerd, he doesn't feel too convincing, but he manages to feel just as much. I will say this, he isn't nearly as convincing as Tobey Maguire, but he does deliver some good performances as a nerd. But as Spider-Man, perfect. He is exactly what you wanted. He can provide being snarky. He can provide being scared. I think the first scene in the movie where he's like, oh no, I'm so scared, just didn't get that guy. It was just something great, hilarious, something which Tobey Maguire just couldn't do.
I agree with you. I think Tobey Maguire is a better nerd since he looks more younger. He also is looks like he should be in college or in high school. Yeah, he should be in high school. He looks like he does look a little nerdy. He looks like he gets picked around, as you can see in the first Spider-Man, where you can see him running to the bus because, like, he's a nerd. Like, they treat nerds a different way. There's a difference between a nerd and a geek. A geek seems to be more cool and suave than a nerd. You see a nerd as a guy who wears glasses with the pocket calculator, and you see a geek with the one with the graphical t-shirt, looks kind of suave, talks about comics and everything else, and rides a skateboard. Like Andrew Garfield. I wouldn't call him a nerd, I would call him a geek. Such as the fact because he plays a wonderful Spider-Man with the comedic tone, the laugh, that makes you laugh. He has a lot of usefulness. His web-slinging abilities is on point. I've never seen nothing like this, especially from Amazing Spider-Man 1 and Amazing Spider-Man 2. His web-slinging abilities is so awesome, moving through the town like he is Spider-Man. More or less than Tobey Maguire, who swings through the town all stiff, not really moving around like a Spider-Man would, like in the comics. I wouldn't even say in the comics. Just something you would expect from Spider-Man. Spider-Man as a whole, it's Andrew Garfield. I agree with you on the forefront. His comedical tone, his snarky comments, his moving around, even his relationship with Gwen Stacy. And we're going to get back to that in a few couple of seconds, about how the relationships are and their acting personally. But one question I do want to ask you, why do you think that Tom Holland as this Spider-Man is not that good?
Well, when I first seen his reveal in the trailer, it was probably from his high. It didn't come off as him being sarcastic or making the big surprise. It just came out as being really nervous, as being not sure of himself. When I heard hi, it didn't come off as a guy who was Spidey. It just didn't match. The tone that everything is set up before in the trailer just didn't be able to match when he said that. And maybe it has something to do with how the uniform was designed. When I go off how I think of the uniform, it feels as if it was very store-bought, as if that was something you'd get your kid for Halloween. not something out of a professional movie. But like the budget for the new Spidey was incredibly low.
Me personally, I like the new Spider-Man. Just me personally, I think I like him because he says this thing when the only words he says is "Hey everyone," kind of like breaking the fourth wall as he's saying "Hey everyone" to the people in the background for Captain America's team, and he's saying "Hey everyone" to us, meaning that "Hey everyone, I'm here. I know you've been waiting for me. Here I am." The costume, I love it so much. I don't know why. I just love it. It seems more natural looking. It seems more like an Iron Spider. It seems like something Tony Stark built. It seems more natural-like. It looks, his eyes, I love it. It's from Alex Ross's Spider-Man, so that's why I love it. His eyes aren't just opened all the time. They move around. You can hear lenses, bio lenses, I think. And you can hear like a camera effect on them. I can see mechanical web shooters on his arms, which is awesome. That's a sign that he is this original Spider-Man. And he's 20 years old, so I love how he's young, and also I like how he says, "Hey everyone." I like that because it captures the moment where I think he knows that I know you guys have been waiting for this for a long time, and I'm here now. Let's talk about costumes. So you got the original Spider-Man costume. It was all right. It was cool.
Yeah.
I liked it. It was very fluctuative. It was very good. But it wasn't better as the main Spider-Man costume. The main Spider-Man costume, to me, it had more flexibility. It had more standardized Spider-Man. When you saw it, you were like, "Oh, Spider-Man. Ooh." When I saw Spider-Man's costume, it was too much lining I saw. It was like a lot of lining in his hands, just stiffness. And it just may even be in my opinion. What do you think?
I think that the Amazing Suit was the better suit. No, I don't hate the original in the trilogy. He does seem a little stiff in that one. Like, he can't really move that much. But here, exceptionally, like, he can do whatever he wants. He can dodge freely. He can make as much moves. He can be that klutzy guy. He can be the Spidey that can web swing off of anything, jump off of buildings and all that.
Yeah. I do like Tobey Maguire playing Peter Parker. I just don't like him as Spider-Man. I do like Andrew Garfield playing Spider-Man. I just don't maybe see him as Peter Parker. He's still, like Blades has said, he still can catch over on that tone. I can still feel a little bit of that, but he doesn't feel like a nerd. He feels like a geek. And geeks and nerds are two different things. So I would say in the resort of nerdiness, it would go to Tobey Maguire. Andrew Garfield is a geek. Let's talk about the relationships. Mary Jane and Tobey Maguire. Gwen Stacy and Spider-Man in the new Spider-Man reboot. Just to get at this, it seemed like Peter did feel like a nerd with Mary Jane. I would say that because not only did he feel kind of like iffy and that with Mary Jane, but he didn't want to express his true emotions till the second film, which I expressed a lot of, as nerds tend to not reveal their loves till later on. More about Andrew Garfield, again, that geek thing comes in, where he's not a nerd, he's a geek, so everything will play out differently. He gets the girl due to his geekish suave. I mean, you could hear he's having nervous talks to the girl when he first talked to her. He's like, "Well, maybe we should go to or that place, or we should go to," and he's not even saying places. He just says we should go to these things, and she just does it for him, which I think is kind of like a cute thing. Also, something that you may not know: Gwen Stacy is Emma Stone, if that's the actor, and Andrew Garfield is Peter Parker in the new one, and they actually go out in real life. They used to go out, I think, in real life, but I think they go out. That's how you could feel that on-screen chemistry with them being boyfriend and girlfriend, because they were actually boyfriend and girlfriend in real life. What do you think about basically the relationships between Mary Jane and Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield and Gwen Stacy?
Well, with me, I do think that both Andrew Garfield and Emma Stone, they were increasingly fun on screen. If you were to tell me off screen they had a relationship with each other, I wouldn't be surprised. But on the same hand, it did feel as if through the second movie, it was still enjoyable with him, so no real problem there. But I can't really say which one was better. To me, it'd be a tie. Both Mary Jane and Tobey Maguire, I forgot her normal name, and Emma Stone and Andrew Garfield, it'd be a tie for me. Both managed to be good with their romances. One was a bit with Tobey Maguire, one was a bit more nerdy, trying to balance out the superhero, where you could really feel the struggle of being Spidey. And the same thing with Andrew Garfield, to a slightly lesser extent.
Yes. Another thing I like to point out is that Tom Holland, I think he has the chance to be one of the best Spider-Mans ever. I'm just tired of Marvel making reboots after reboots.
Oh, well, they probably won't do a new reboot because the Avengers are doing increasingly good. If they make a conclusion to the Avengers, then they'll probably make a reboot. Because why would they change their franchise when they really have a popular one right here? And if they do, I really don't want to see Robert Downey Jr. leave from playing Tony Stark. Because man, he's the perfect guy for the job.
He is. He's really snarky. And his comments are, he is a really good Iron Man. But I think the reason why they won't make any mistakes right now is due to the fact of, Infinity War. So they're like, we can't really change anything. But anyway, this has been the Geekish Gamer Show. Thank you. This is just our little comments and tweaks on Spider-Man, and just a little conversation about Spider-Man and everything else. So this has been the Geekish Gamer Show. This has been Masterofblades23. Anything you want to say, Masterofblades23?
Nothing.
Anything you want? Any information about your channel?
Nothing. Then the fact being, gonna try and get other things out besides my commentaries.
That's what I'm talking about. Try to get it out. It sounds tasty. Speaking of tastiness, I have a Rogue One trailer coming out soon, so go watch that out, guys. And stay tuned for more commentaries at Masterofblades23 and I, the Geekish Gamer, and the Geekish Gamer Show. Thank you for watching. See you later.